Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Please rise for the entrance of our Country Day School faculty and staff. Remain standing and let's prepare to receive the class of 2023.
morning, Mr. Young, Mr. DeVega, esteemed faculty and staff, parents and guests, and seniors at the 57th commencement exercises of this Country Day School. At this time, would everybody please remain standing for the entrance of the flags and the national anthems. Please be seated. Thank you to CDS student Isabella Schlosser and the CDS Wind Ensemble for the performance of the Costa Rican National Anthem and the National Anthem of the United States of America. CDS community, today we gather to celebrate the class of 2023. And what a class it is. The young men and women you see before you are destined to do great things, to go out and change the world. In fact, they've already practiced doing so while they're here. Shanna is a published author, writing children's books to teach young people about autism. Ian built his own motorcycle completely from scratch. Andres led a production team of students to perform a play that he wrote. Cooper, Zach, and Matthew dragged their old and tired principal to the highest peak of Africa. We've had student clubs who are working to save the environment, feed the hungry, rescue abandoned dogs, and educate our students on the worldwide fight for women's rights. In short, this group of young men and women is amazing. It has been a joy to serve them as principal, and it is bittersweet for me to see them leave us to go all over the world and make a difference. We will begin today's commencement by hearing from one of those amazing young people. Our first speaker this morning is Luis Felipe Ramirez Vargas. Affectionately known as Pipe, he has endeared himself to his classmates as the consummate entertainer. Whether it's performing in a play, doing play-by-play in the Mundialito, or just making people laugh in the hall, Pipe entertains. His love for CDS is rampant. Pipe lives in Curitiba, and since the move to the current campus, his commute to attend school has been an hour and a half or 3 hours, depending on traffic. But he loved this place so much that he has continued with us, and we are glad that he did. He's off to Clemson in the fall, a decision that was driven by his love for football, the other football. Today, he will share with us some thoughts about one of the great players in the sport that his friends at Clemson will call soccer, and how this great player exemplifies how Pipe feels we should all respond to the difficulty that life brings. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Luis Felipe Ramirez Vargas.
Good morning, Head Director Jack Young, High School Principal Brian Balding, faculty and staff, parents, visitors, of course, graduates. When I found out that I'd been chosen to deliver the speech, I was not quite sure where to begin. Not because I didn't know what to say, but because I wanted to say so many things. I also didn't want to lose your attention or make you feel like this was going on forever. So I tried to focus on the one thing that has always helped me throughout my most rewarding times and also the most difficult ones. And the more I thought about it, the more convinced I was of what I really wanted you to remember from this speech. One word kept coming into my mind. One word, perseverance. It is not a secret for anyone who knows me that I'm a huge soccer fan. One player in particular I have always admired is Lionel Messi, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. It's definitely not because of his fame, money, and glory. It's not even because he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest player of all time. It is because no matter how many times he was denied the World Cup, he just wouldn't give up. Even in his darkest times, when his own people turned their backs on him, he just refused to quit. And we're talking about a world-class athlete who had won just about everything he could in his field, but the desire to achieve the ultimate dream kept him working until he got it. That spirit of perseverance is what led him to make history, and what today motivates so many people around the world to never give up. We all know Messi's story, but I gotta be honest with you, as much as I like Leo, the truth of the matter is, I learned the value of perseverance way before I became a fan of his. The reason why I have felt identified with the examples of self-improvement and perseverance is because since I was a child, I had the best one at home, my dad. Sure, he probably doesn't look as cool as Messi on the soccer field, but trust me, that man knows what being perseverant is all about. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen him face adversity and come out on top. How many times I've seen him defy the odds to ensure my well-being and that of my family. It is also because of that never give up mentality that hundreds of people have a steady job and are able to bring a livelihood to their homes. Dad, I will always be grateful for your example. The best proof you did a great job is me being here sharing this message today. Another word that came to my mind as I began to shape the speech, and which of course had to include is respect. And I knew I couldn't pass up the opportunity to talk to you about respect, because it is the one constant. It is one of the most important things that I learned from my family. I don't mean that respect learned by force or dogma, but the one that comes from genuine admiration for someone that motivates you to treat everyone with empathy, just as you would want to be treated. Pulitzer Prize winner Ayad Akhtar once said, "The secret to a happy life is respect. Respect for yourself and respect for others." It should be no coincidence that the happiest people I know are also the kindest. I've probably never said this out loud to anyone in my family, but I consider myself the luckiest person in the world. I have been blessed to have extraordinary people who unknowingly, through their daily example, taught me the most valuable lesson. It is nice to be important, but it is much more important to be nice. Perseverance and respect. Two values that I learned from my family and that I am sure will be two great allies in this new journey that we are all about to undertake. Dear graduates, life brought us together for many years, and now each one of us will start a new adventure. Whichever path you take, I want to encourage you to dream big, but I also want to remind you of the importance of working hard to achieve those goals. In order for your dreams to come true, you've got to stay awake. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and difficult tests that will make us doubt. Such is life. But when everything gets darker, the one who does not give up is the one who prospers. Regardless of what we're going to dedicate ourselves to, or the surprises that this new journey will throw in our way, let's not forget to always treat everyone with respect and empathy. No matter how pressing the situation is, or how many worries you may carry, always make your best to treat others with the utmost respect. Keep in mind that respect is a two-way street. If you want to receive it, you have to give it. Today, my heart rejoices to see an auditorium full of young people like me, full of yearnings, plans, and the desire to start building a prosperous future today. But before I finish, I also want to remind you of the importance of appreciating the here and now. Every second is a priceless gift. that we must take advantage of as if it were our last. My invitation is to enjoy every moment as if it were our today while we build the life we want to have tomorrow. Life, it doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. So make sure to get the most out of it. Dream big. But make sure to put in the work. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn. That's how we improve. I want to end with a quote from the British American writer T.S. Eliot, which I believe perfectly sums up the intent of my message. Only those who dare to go too far discover how far they can go. So seniors, let's go out there and find out how far we can go. Thank you.
Thank you, At this time, seniors who are a member of the wind ensemble, will you please join your band? The CDS Bands program is a system that starts in 5th grade and has been our pride for many years in the hands of several musical directors. In the last 8 years, it has been led by Mr. Valverde. This graduation ceremony is very special for Mr. Valverde as he will see his first generation of 5th graders perform for the very last time in band, turning this generation into the first 100% Oscar Valverde brand. Now let's enjoy the 2023 seniors and their band as they perform a medley by the famous Latin American guitar player, Carlos Santana.
I believe there's one golden rule in art, and it's that passion and love is what drives it. And there's no greater example than Mr. Pandel. With love and passion, he turned fifth graders who barely knew what an instrument was into professionals who could play Vivaldi and Bach with no mistake. Thank you, Mr. Mabel, for everything. We are in debt forever. And te queremos, and we hope to see you again very, very soon.
Thank you again to the Wind Ensemble senior band members who joined your class. Our next speaker of the morning is Mr. Matthew Harmon Prendas. Matthew's abilities vary widely. He was one of the top runners on the CDS track team. He organized a drone building club. He is one of our co-valedictorians. He summited Mount Kilimanjaro in February. And have you ever heard him play the piano? His skills speak for themselves, but what people really appreciate about Matthew is the quiet humility that he carries along with all of his accomplishments. His friends describe him as fiercely loyal and someone who always ensures that all are included. Matthew will bring his talents to the University of Rochester this fall. This morning he will share with us his thoughts on how the class of 2023 will decide its own legacy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Matthew Harmon Prendas.
Thank you, Mr. Baldwin. Well, first off, I'd like to thank everybody who has taken the time to be with our class on this very important day. More than 12 years of effort come to an end right now, and I cannot express enough gratitude to the parents, teachers, and staff who have helped us along the way. I'd like to personally thank God, Mr. Young, the Brown family, and of course my parents for the invaluable opportunity to attend Country Day School. I wouldn't be here without you. I would also like to thank my classmates. Guys, I don't think any group of people has shown me kindness quite like you. The fact that you chose me to give this speech today is very touching. I'm going to miss you. Now my speech. We all know the drill. We finished high school, college is next, and after that we can finally start making money, imagining ourselves, getting what we want, and enjoying the fruits of a higher level education. But to me, there's something that doesn't seem quite right, a puzzle piece that doesn't fit in. What is to be our legacy? What are we to leave behind to others? By very nature, a legacy cannot be self-indulgent, yet it seems that sometimes we only work for ourselves. I live next to a golf course, and about 300 meters down the road, on the 13th hole, there's a site that cannot be masked as much as landscapers might try with trees and a fast-growing bamboo hedge. Beyond the relatively high-class neighborhood of Kariari, across the Viraj River, lies the Carpio. The view from the golf course speaks for itself, a maze of cramped corrugated iron houses, outside which women cook in wood-fired cauldrons, gunshots can regularly be heard from at night, and every once in a while, people are caught staring from the other side right at you. Golfers are not always the nicest people, and some have come to bet many times these people's weekly wages, quite literally in their faces. I mean, is this the people we want to be? I mean, surely no one was born purposely ignoring any of our society's problems. It is only as we grow up that we are taught to. Take Lindora, for instance. Every day, there are more people asking for money on the street, and I find myself denying them change, something which, as a kid, I swore I'd never do. Do I dislike them? Definitely not. In fact, every time I feel guilty. Yet I shield myself with excuses. The government, immigration, the economy are all responsible. Anything, anybody, just not me. Similarly, golfers shield themselves with the armed guard constantly supervising the 13th hole as if his safeguarding presence justifies the actions that take place therein. But it all boils down to this. How can I expect to enjoy life, have a job, provide for a family, and fulfill any number of dreams I've ever had if my eyes guilt-trip me along the way? As much as a bamboo fence might try to hide it, I always see something in which my future money could be better used or correctly invested. buy my dream car, or feed several starving families for a year, have a nice home, or who knows what you could do. How can I live with myself or keep a truly clear conscience? Some would tell me that I'm completely right, but that's communism, and we all know that people are too selfish for everyone to give wholeheartedly. Others would tell me that it's my money and I can do with it freely as I please. And today, many would believe them. Because it seems that with every passing year, people are being convinced to care more about themselves. Slowly at first, it's okay to be mindful about your needs. Sympathy, take care of your mental health first, focus on yourself. Work hard, make some money, show it off. It's all about what the world can do for me, what I want, how I want it, and now. People stretch the truth and become selective hearers, choosing only to listen to what they already believe in. That's our humanity. But humans are social creatures. The only way to feel better about yourself is to be a better person. And how do you become a better person? By leaving the world a better place than you found it. When the majority of people in the world look at the wealthiest, say Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, do they gaze at them and think, this guy was such a good person? At the end of the day, at the end of our lives, our peers judge us not by the success we attain, but by our character and the difference we've made. On the contrary, what do people think when they see Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, or Nelson Mandela? They will take the time to stop and point out that there was a good person. They weren't successful by our world standard, but they lived by a different one. And here comes the most important part of my message, our legacy. We are all unbelievably fortunate to be here today, having the opportunity to graduate from country day school and study at prestigious universities here and abroad. We could have easily been born into a less fortunate environment and never had the opportunities we will have. Just by receiving this diploma, you are luckier than 1.75 billion people that never got the chance. And don't, not for a second, think that this was all you. For there are many, for our parents, teachers, staff, janitors, cooks, and nannies, guards, and peers have all worked out of the goodness of their hearts to give us this moment. Without them, any potential success we might come across in the future would be impossible. As we finish our college education, it will be our turn to return the favor. Not to specific people necessarily, but to others, just as others gave to you. For the world won't remember you for all the things it's given you. It will remember you for what you gave it back. So, should I go ahead and give all I have away? Did I deserve to get it? Well, I don't think anyone deserves anything. There will always be someone who deserves it more. We simply receive what is given to us and make it better. Unto us is given much, and much must we make from it. It's okay to have material dreams and aspirations, so long as we value our impact to a higher degree. So to conclude, in many years, when you're not around anymore and others look back and remember you, what will they think? What will you have done with your life beyond helping yourself? How many people will be grateful that you walk this earth? The answer is completely up to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthew. At this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize the students who have graduated with the top 5 GPAs in the class of 2023. They are identified by their blue sash and white cord, gold cord for our co-valedictorians. These students have accomplished a lot outside of the classroom, but at the same time rose to the top of the class academically. The top 5 of the class of 2023 are Rahina Basardi, who graduated with a GPA of 4.40, Sebastian Boesch, who graduates with a GPA of 4.41, Cooper Carson, who graduates with a GPA of 4.58, and our code valedictorians, Daniel Marie, and Matthew Harmon, who both graduate with a complete tie GPA of 4.55. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the CDS class of 2023. Our next speaker of the morning is Mr. Luis Javier Chasi Ortiz. Luis speaks on behalf of our student body as he was elected and served this year as Student Council President. Luis is a strong academic student, but this year he shined as the leader of the student body. As president, his initiative was building a culture of community among the students, a very challenging and appropriate task coming out of the 3 years of school being interrupted by the pandemic. The result was a renewed sense of school spirit. Students were coming to home games, traveling to ASCA and Lincoln, engaging in a variety of student clubs together, and just appreciating what it means to be a member of the CDS community. Luis Javier is off to Universidad de Nevada in Spain next year. Today he will share his thoughts about fear and bravery in the future of the class of 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Luis Javier Chasi Ortiz.
Good morning, Mr. Young, Mr. Balding, faculty and staff, family and friends, and last but not least, good morning to the class of 2023. Dear seniors, yesterday at the Senior Assembly, I spoke to all of you about what I believe the identity of the class of 2023 to be. Today, I am here to speak to you all about your future. Throughout my time at Country Day, I always saw graduation as the end. By the end, I do not simply mean the end of high school. I mean the end of everything. Because even though I knew that I was going off to college sometime after receiving my diploma, that seemed too distant. I would tell myself, just get to graduation. You won't have to worry about anything else after. And then, Mr. Balding asked me to write a speech about the future of the class of 2023. He said, pretend you have a crystal ball and tell me what the future holds for all of you once you leave. Basically, I was now tasked with writing a speech about everything I had chosen to ignore up until that moment. So, as I began to write this speech, I also began to think, what insight do I have about the future that I can share with all of you graduating here today? And the answer was none. Why none? Well, because unlike all of your parents and the adults sitting here in the audience, I do not have more life experience than you guys graduating. I'm not in college, I don't have a job or a family of my own. In other words, the adults sitting here are 3 steps up on me in the game of life. My entire life, I've just been a student. A student who in September is going to have to move over 8,000 kilometers and begin living and studying in a place he's never visited before. To put it bluntly, I'm a 17-year-old kid crapping his pants about college. And that's when it hit me. I know for a fact that just like me, all of you graduating today are in the exact same position. Each and every one of you is scared of the future in some way or another. So, I decided that I wanted to talk to you all today about something that all of you receiving a diploma will experience at some point down the line. Fear. Classmates, I promise you that a day will come in which you are sitting in your new home thinking that you can't handle what life has thrown at you. You will want to return to senior year. Not even. You will want to go further back to when you were in kinder, and your biggest problem was how to negotiate with your parents to extend your bedtime just 15 more minutes. And that is why I'm here today. To remind all of you graduating that the future after this ceremony is not the end like I used to think it was. And to let you know that the state of life that comes after is not all great. There will be moments in which you struggle. But the truth is that none of this matters. Because the moment that defines what type of person you become is not the moment where you want to give up. It is the moment 3 seconds after. The moment in which you choose how you will respond to your issue or fear. And I am also here today to tell you that dealing with fear is nothing new for any of you here. The adults in this room have had to do it their entire lives. And fellow graduates, even though it may not seem like it, you have too. Throughout your time at CES and at school in general, you have been scared. Scared of final exam grades, scared of not passing a class, scared of APs, and last but not least, in November and December, you were scared of college. I remember listening to you say things like, what if I don't get to college, or I flunked the admissions test, after which you would say that you were scared of acceptance day. And even more so, you were scared of where you were going to be in September. At that moment, I saw you all freak out. I saw you all scared. But what followed was truly incredible. I saw my best friends and classmates fight to be accepted into college, study hours upon hours to get into their dream school. And most of all, I saw them be brave and trust that whatever happened would be what was best for them, as long as they put in their best effort. And seniors, look at all of you now, graduating. In the future, your fears will be different, but I promise you that the bravery will be the same. When you're adults, bravery will be the future doctors in this room putting aside their fears to save patients. It will be the future lawyers taking on a big case even though they thought they could lose. And lastly, it will be the future businessmen in this room taking the leap and starting their own company even though they might fail. So, to answer your question, Mr. Balding, when you ask me what I see for the future of the class of 2023, I see fear. I see trial and error. I see moments in which all of you will think that you are not going to succeed. But when that happens, I also see you taking a pause to remember that throughout your lives, you have overcome frightening situations. And lastly, and most of all, I see the members of this class beating each and every one of their fears and becoming incredibly successful, talented, and most of all, good people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luis. This morning's commencement address is given by Mr. Errol Rose. Mr. Rose was born and raised in Limon and attended the Universidad de Costa Rica. He has been teaching nearly all of his life. His first teaching job in Limon was at the age of 17, right after he graduated from high school. Since then, Mr. Rose's life calling has been teaching. He has taught English at UCR and several other private colleges in Costa Rica as a part of his 35-year teaching career. At CDS, he has taught for 10 years, during which time he taught drama, ELA, and social studies. Mr. Rose is also an amazing singer, preaches in church occasionally, and according to his closest friends, is an amazing listener. He's very popular with his students. The class of 2023 has chosen him to provide their commencement address today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Errol Rose.
Good morning, Mr. Young, Mr. Balding, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and most importantly, the incredible graduating class of 2023. Being here for me is a great honor. I mean, I've shared so much with you guys throughout these years, and I've shared and I've kept all those memories with me, and I'm thankful that today I can add another memory, which is this one. You brought me here for me to tell you a few things or to remind you about a few things, and that's what we're here for. Today we're gathered here to celebrate the milestone in your lives, a milestone that stands for years of hard work and growth and countless memories. As we summon the cliff of your future, I want to take the time to reflect on that journey you have embarked upon. And it's strange that sometimes we choose mottos and things that we want to do and we think of, and we do not understand that this is just because it is meant to be. Those words that you've worn for a full year in the back of your t-shirt, the pursuit of happiness. And this has defined your lives from sixth grade, very first moment that I met you, throughout high school, and until this very moment. It is not strange that you're still trying to find out what that happiness looks like. In those early years, happiness was often found in simple laughter that echoed through the hallways, the friendship you forged, and the sense of belonging you discovered. It was in those moments of connection that you realized that the one power that we were always searching for is happiness and friendship and being liked, and that people look up to you. It is a chance for you, and it has been a chance for you to overcome obstacles, and we've seen a lot of that, as well as bringing us together as a community at many times. Now, as you transition into high school, that pursuit turned out to be something different. It took a very different dimension. Now, you start facing the pressure of academic success, extracurricular commitment, and the way of the future and your aspirations. And that's something that we've been mentioning so much, what the future looks like for you. It was a time of self-discovery, a time when you began to discover your passions, and explore your talents. You realized that happiness was not just about achieving personal goals, but also about finding fulfillment in the pursuit of the dreams and the never-ending journey. The pursuit of happiness continues for all of us. It is not a treasure that you find and you take home and it belongs to you forever. It will end at some point, and then it's renewed again. Happiness can be found in different lives and different occasions or instances of our life. Personally, I can tell you that I found happiness every single day. What is my happiness? The love that I get from you every single day in sharing with you, that makes me happy. You can also move on to high school as you did, and you continue to visit me for many different occasions or reasons, just for a chat, to share laughter, or sometimes even your tears. Trust me, I've seen a lot of those coming over to me every single day for these 6 years that I've met you. And for me, happiness is part of what I've discovered through all my years of teaching, and I want to associate this to one of my favorite songs. It was a popular time, the song originally sung by Church Benson, and later popularized by Whitney Houston, The Greatest Love of All. This iconic song has echoed audiences for decades and become an anthem for self-belief and inner strength, and the pursuit of happiness, of course. As we gather here today to celebrate our graduation, I just wanted actually to dig deeper into this song itself and in the words of what it is and what it meant for me. And I hope that it will be also inspiring for you. As a core, the greatest love of all is a reflection of the importance of self-love, self-acceptance, self-love, and self-acceptance. The song speaks about the ideas that true happiness and fulfillment can only be achieved by embracing and nurturing that inner light, that thing that lies deep down inside of us. It emphasizes that we must believe in ourselves, cherish our uniqueness, and have faith and potential, the potential things that we can achieve, the greatness that is within us, that lies within us. In the opening line of the song, it says, "I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way." I think that you have been taught well, with all the love and with all the deepest belief that I understand that you are the future. It sets for the entire song and encapsulates that central message. It reminds me that you, as graduates, are the torch bearers of tomorrow. You are here now thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to give to this world tomorrow? And I've heard different speeches trying to tell and explain what that looks like. It's difficult, it's tough. We don't know what it looks like. It reminds me that as graduates, we are that torch holder, and that another important thing that this song says is, let the children's laughter reminds us how it used to be. And I'm going to switch right here. Mis chiquitos, mis chiquitas, no olviden el ser interior. No olviden cada risa, cada llanto y cada momento disfrutado. No olviden esto para el mañana, porque entonces van a decir luego, yo me acuerdo, yo hice eso. A mí me regañaron por eso. No me arrepiento, o tal vez sí me arrepiento. Acordémonos dónde estuvimos para que cuando enfrentemos nuestras futuras generaciones sepamos cómo lidiar con ellas. Me ha funcionado por muchos años. I remember what I've done, what I've been through, and I understand every single thing that you mentioned when you come back and ask and say and experienced. At the Sound Progress, we are reminded that the pursuit of happiness begins with self-discovery and self-belief, learning to love yourself. It is the greatest love of all. Learning to love yourself. It is a powerful declaration that self-acceptance is fundamental upon which you are building yourself. It encourages us to embrace our strengths, acknowledge our flaws, and find courage to be our authentic selves. You are unique. You are authentic. Don't let anyone tell you something else. You are unique. Every single one of you. Big question is, Ms. Rose, who are you going to mention? Are you going to mention me in your speech? Are you going to mention me in your speech? Yes, I'm going to mention you in my speech. All of you. Because all of you were very important to me along the way. The lyrics also highlights the importance of resilience and perseverance in face of challenges and adversity. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believed. It reminds us that success is not measured exclusively by external validation, but by the integrity and authenticity of our journey. It encourages us to remain true to ourselves, even in the face of obstacles or social pressures. One of the most emotional lines of it is, no matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. This serves as a powerful reminder that our worth and dignity are inherent and cannot be diminished by external circumstances of the world around us or the opinion of others. It encourages us to stand tall in the face of adversity, to value ourselves, and to never compromise integrity. That's the only thing that you have. Do not compromise it. Furthermore, the greatest love of all implores us to recognize the importance of passing on this message of self-belief and love to future generations. It highlights that by nurturing and empowering others, we contribute to a world where everyone can embrace their individuality and strive for their own versions of happiness. As we reflect on the lyrics of the inside message of this song, The Greatest Love of All, we're reminded of the significance of love for our journey as graduating seniors. It serves as a powerful reminder that our happiness and success are not determined by any other achievement, but by our own things, our own character, our self-belief, and the ability to embrace that uniqueness of us that we have. My dear graduates, carry on with you the spirit of this song in your hearts as you embark on the next chapter of your lives. Remember to love and believe in yourself. To embrace who you are through your actions and the love that you will share. My dear seniors, as I bid farewell to this chapter, and knowing that you will be moving on, there's one single thing that I want you to know. Right now in this physical situation, before it was from high school to middle school. right? I want you to know that you can always count on me, regardless of distance. The bonds that we have forged through our years together are not bound by physical closeness or proximity, but by the shared experiences, by the tears, the laughter, and support that have shaped us through as individuals and have made you who you are today. No matter where your paths may lead, remember that I'm here for you. I'm a phone call away, an email away, ready to listen, to hear, to offer guidance, to simply share a heartfelt conversation. Distance may separate us, but the memories we have created and the connections we have built will always remain strong. So I invite you to face the future with courage and the knowledge that we have a network of support, we have a network of love, and we have a network of friendship that will endure across the distance. With love, we can conquer any challenge that comes in the way. Thank you for being vital in my journey through CDS, and may that path bring us together again. And let me just be guided by the wisdom of this song by saying that the greatest love of all, remember that your greatest love, your greatest power lies within yourself. And to end, I have to be reminded that sometimes things will not work out the way we expect it to do or to happen. And that takes us to the final part of this song. In having this discussion about whether or not, Mr. Rose, you have your speech ready, Mr. Young? No, Mr. Young, I don't. Well, I'll give the speech and you will sing. Okay? So I'm going to give you that last part of that song, which says that, and if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in love. You'll be missed.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. Our final speaker this morning is our General Director, Mr. Jack Young. Mr. Young was born in Worcester, Massachusetts, and attended Assumption College for his undergraduate degree, later earning a graduate degree from the University of Kentucky. He came to Costa Rica in 2007 and joined the team at CDS in 2011. Since he has been a teacher, elementary principal, and rejoined CDS this year as the General Director. He is also the proud parent of Andy Solis, one of our graduates of the class of 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Jack Young.
Good morning, CDS faculty and staff, parents, families, all those watching live and online, and of course, the class of 2023. First, I'd like to acknowledge a few people without whom this ceremony would not be possible. The Brown family, Mr. Woodson Brown and Sonia Brown, thank you for your vision, determination, and guidance to bring the Country Day School to its position as one of the leading international schools in the world. To Mr. Gerardo de Vega and his predecessor, Ms. Ana Oliveras, you both have been the driving force behind the impressive list of college acceptances that we have every year here at CDS. Ms. O, thank you for your service here at CDS. Mr. Vega, you are truly having an incredible impact on our community. Thank you. To the ladies sitting in the back, Ms. Karen Misona, our Events and Communications Coordinator, and Cassandra Rodriguez, our Marketing Director, who together with Mr. Ryan Balding, worked tirelessly to organize this event and every other event. Thank you. Los hombres en rojo. Mario Calvo, Dago, Carlos, Orlando, everybody in the maintenance crew who works long hours to beautify this campus, who worked especially hard to prepare this setting for our graduation. Thank you. Mr. Valverde, who provides the artistic expertise and excellent music. Thank you. The parent committees. The parent committees who put all this together, who plan all the organize all the graduation parties and other senior events throughout the year, and all the other people who contributed to this spectacular event and day, we acknowledge and we thank you. To the teachers sitting here in the front row, along with the students, you are the most important people in this school. It has been my greatest honor to serve as your general director here in my first year. You motivate, you challenge, you inspire, and you care. You have breadth and depth in your subject specialty. You are dynamic and involve the students in project-based learning, research projects, hands-on experiences, travel the world. You provide multiple opportunities for each student to succeed and be leaders. I speak on behalf of the class of 2023 in saying you have our admiration and our respect. For the grandparents, parents, and all other family members, you have provided the foundation on which this great day stands. You have provided your children with values, guidance, support, and the ability to use their convictions to promote social justice, community connection, service, and continuous learning. You have guided your children through global crisis and ensured their well-being and safety. This is a day that brings bittersweet thoughts. On one hand, we hold the memories of the young child who reached significant milestones under our guidance: to walk, to talk, to trust, to love, to be curious, and to develop an insatiable thirst for learning. Then, on the first day of school, we walked them to class, holding their hand before an abrazo fuerte and watching them disappear into the classroom. I am sure you have vivid memories, like I do, of the child who held your hand tightly as you protected them through the early years of life. When they fell or failed, we picked them up, dusted them off, gave them some words of encouragement, and sent them on their way, all the while fighting the urge to hug them, to hold them close and protect them from life's painful moments. There are times when we wish we could have those childhood memories again, if only in brief, to sit and watch Toy Story, Monsters, Inc., The Lion King, or Up. Perhaps to have one more, excuse me, one more catch, or one more kick with football. Yet, now they stand on the cusp of adulthood, ready to create their own pathways in life. Each step they have taken through early childhood, elementary, middle, and now high school is a step towards their independence and a step away from us. One of my favorite quotes is from Helen Keller, who said, "Security is mostly superstition. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Away from the comfort of our homes, our kids may be at risk. But that's where they're meant to be, if they're meant to be successful. Ultimately, they will have to navigate challenges and difficulty and function in the discomfort away from the safety of our homes. Today, our children set out on their daring adventure. Thus, along with trepidation and sadness, this moment brings us great pride as we realize that the wisdom, values, encouragement, love, and devotion we have collectively provided has brought us to this day of celebration. For the class of 2023, there's a poster that hangs in my office with an excerpt from a speech given by Theodore Roosevelt. It hangs there as a reminder to me never to pay attention to those who criticize me for trying if they're not trying with me. To always do what I think is right, even in the face of failure. And that if I fail, it's better to have failed than to be the one who stands in the periphery, never wanting to take a risk and never trying. Find your guide and hang it on your wall. Be unapologetic and commit to it. And at every moment in your adventure, be kind-hearted and pay no attention to people's negativity and sarcasm. Your kindness and positivity is transformative. And always, like Pipe says, dream big. Now, for the first time as General Director, I get to say these words. Quick fun. With the power invested in me as the General Director of the Country Day School, I now announce that you have successfully completed all the requirements for graduation, and you will receive your diplomas. So I'm going to announce Mr. Gerardo Vega to come up and confer the high school diplomas.
Good morning, class of 2023. As I call your names, please step up to the podium. Alexa Aguilar Clarenci. She's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in 10th grade and will be attending John Brown University. Congratulations, Alexa. Andrés Alfonso Amador Mora is a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in DLC and will be attending the University of Kansas. Congratulations on this. Florencia Baruse Conde. She's a citizen of Spain who joined CDS in 7th grade and will be attending Universidad Europea de Madrid. Congratulations, Florencia. Alonso de Jesús Renes Forvillier. He's a citizen of Australia who joined CDS in 10th grade and will be attending Instituto Tecnológico de Estudios Superiores de Monterrey. Congratulations, Alonso. Luis Javier Chasí Ortiz. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who will join CDS in early learning and will be attending Universidad de Navarra. Luis Javier is wearing a red honors cord as he was one of the recipients of the Director's Leadership Award. This award is presented to one or more leaders in our community that have distinguished themselves in various aspects of school life. The award is conferred by high school faculty and administration. Stephanie Mia Choi. She's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CDS in DLC and will be attending Loyola Marymount University. Congratulations, Stephanie. Matias Gutier. He's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CDS in pre-kinder and will be attending Universidad de Ciencias Médicas. Congratulations, Matias. Zachary Hayes Davidson. He's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CDS in 6th grade and will be attending Florida International University. Congratulations, Zach. Jimena Delgado Conejo. She's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in 10th grade and will be attending Universidad de Ciencias Médicas. Congratulations, Jimena. Lorenzo Derighetti. citizen of Switzerland who joined CDS in the 3rd grade and will be attending École Hôtelière de Lausanne. Congratulations, Lorenzo. Stefano Julián Foti López. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in 9th grade and will be attending Escuela de Medicina y Cirugía Veterinaria San Francisco de Asís. Ian Josué Gallegos Alemán. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in 2nd grade and will be attending ULASI. Congratulations, Ian. Isabela Gutierrez Castro. She's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in the OC and will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. Congratulations, Isabela. Betsabe Olga Haz Navarro. Is a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in the 11th grade and will be attending Universidad de Ciencias Médicas. Congratulations, Betsabe. Daniela Maria Erdosia Lacaya. She's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CDS in Memory Learning and will be attending Boston University. Congratulations, Daniela. Ignacio Nabil Hit. He's a citizen of Argentina who joined CDS in 3rd grade and will be attending IT University. Congratulations, Nacho. Joseph Namu Kim Lee. He's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CDS in September and will be attending the University of California at Los Angeles. Congratulations, Joseph. Arim Kim Chen. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in September and will be attending the University of California at Los Angeles. Congratulations, Arim. Du Young Kwong is a citizen of Korea who joined CDS in 1st grade and will be attending Purdue University. Congratulations, Eric. Alberto León Rojas. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in 3rd school and will be attending ULASI. Congratulations, Alberto. Amalia Sofia Lund. She's a citizen of Denmark who joined CDS in 9th grade and will be attending Lund University. Congratulations, Amalia. Andrés Macia Restrepo. He's a citizen of Colombia who joined CDS in 4th grade and will be attending Universidad de Navarra. Congratulations, Andrés. Elias Marín Soto. He's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CDS in 4th grade and will be attending Universidad de Costa Rica. Congratulations, Elias. Nina Graciela Macís. She's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in 9th grade and will be attending University of University of California, Los Angeles. Nina is wearing a red honor score to see one of the recipients of the Director's Leadership Award. This award is presented to one or more leaders in our community that have distinguished themselves in various aspects of school life. The award is conferred by high school faculty and administration. Itai Joseph Mayer. He's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CDS in 6th grade and will be attending Purdue University. Congratulations, Itai. Jimena Melendez Quintero. She's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CDS in prep and will be attending Universidad de Ciencias Médicas. Congratulations, Jimena. Adrián David Montoya. He's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CBS in the United Center and will be attending Bentley University. Alfonso Maniz Herrero. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CBS in the United States and will be attending Universidad Francisco de Vitoria. Congratulations, Alfonso. Franco Luca Palmeri. He's a citizen of Argentina who joined CBS in the United States and will be attending Universidad de Navarra. Congratulations, Franco. Ana Carolina Pelichoni Fukuhara de Caballo. She's a citizen of Brazil who joined CBS in the United States and will be attending the University of Southern California. Congratulations, Ana. Angela Pisculis. She's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CBS in pre-kinder and will be attending Loyola University of Chicago. Congratulations, Angela. Michelle Rabinovich Humphrey. She's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CBS in pre-kinder and will be attending Northeastern University. Congratulations, Michelle. Luis Felipe Ramirez Vargas. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CBS in Early Learning Center and will be attending Clemson University. Congratulations, Pipe. Juan Andrés Rodríguez Juárez. He's a citizen of Venezuela who joined CBS in fourth grade and will be attending Virginia Tech. Congratulations, Juan. Drea Lynn Rosen. She's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CBS in ELC and will be attending Lynn University. Congratulations, Drea. Valentina Santini Garzón. She's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CBS in Medicare and will be attending IE University. Congratulations, Valentina. And the Jafet Solís Bustos. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CBS in 12th grade and will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. Congratulations, Emily. Shana Regina Stern Weisler. She's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CBS in Early Learning Center and will be attending Barnard College. Congratulations, son. Maria Victoria Vargas Liranzo. She's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CBS in second grade and will be attending Universidad Europea de Madrid. Congratulations, Mara. Santiago Versuago. He's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CBS in 10th grade and will be attending the University of Colorado at Boulder. Congratulations, Santi. Regina Sauri Cisneros. She's a citizen of Mexico who joined CBS in 11th grade and will be attending Universidad de Navarra. Congratulations, Regina. Sebastián Alberto Boesch Neira. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CBS in prep and will be attending Georgia Institute of Technology. Sebastián is wearing a blue underscore that he was the recipient of the Renaissance Award. This award recognizes a 12th grade student who has always maintained a strong GPA during his 4 years of high school at CDS, has always participated in a variety of activities, and has taken on leadership roles in community involvement throughout the years, has demonstrated a positive, enthusiastic attitude, and is well-rounded in talent and ability. Cooper Michael Carson. He's a citizen of the United States of America who joined CBS in 12th grade and will be attending Case Western Reserve University. Congratulations, Cooper. Daniel Ignacio Marín Gamboa. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CBS in pre-kinder and will be attending Duke University. Congratulations, Daniel. Matthew Harmon Prendas. He's a citizen of Costa Rica who joined CBS in ELC and will be attending the University of Rochester. Congratulations, Matthew. We'll now to call Mr. Balding back on the podium.
Students, please rise. Excuse me, graduates, please rise. Sorry, parents. Graduates, I will now swear you in. As you graduate from Country Day School, please respond to my questions with yes, I do, and put your right hand in the air. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the values and principles that have been instilled in you throughout your educational journey at Country Day School? Do you pledge to use your skills for the betterment of society and to make a positive impact on the world around you? You may put your hands down. Today we affirm our commitment to lifelong learning, personal growth, and the pursuit of excellence. As we step into the next phase of our lives, let us carry these affirmations in our hearts and strive to make a positive impact on the world. Students, graduates, the time has come. Please turn your tassels from right to left, signifying your graduation from high school. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Country Day School class of 2023. This concludes the 57th commencement exercise of Country Day School. Please wait for the recession of the students and staff before leaving your seats. We will have a reception on the south part of the gym immediately following.